things I think is important for us to look at with regard to the second big idea is to understand, as Jim pointed out in his opening remarks, the contagious nature of the leader's behavior pattern being transmitted all the way through the organization, and setting the organization in a direction that makes it either capable of imaginative, creative thinking, new ideas, because it's safe. People are able to say, hey, well, maybe we ought to think about it like this in this tempest-filled moment, or maybe we could do that. Those ideas that I might share with you or my colleagues, as if you were my leader, would be something that would come out of me naturally if I felt safe with you. But if the tension that you bring to this moment that we're having together is filled with anxiety and I see it in you, I'm going to withdraw and withhold myself. Now, the interesting thing about this is it's automatic. I don't think to myself, okay, it's risky here. I'm going to take a creative thought and push it down. It doesn't happen like that. It's emotionally contained. And so I never have that remarkable idea that might have been the solution to the problem because I just wasn't prepared to do it. Well, one of the things that I think is interesting, a way of looking at someone that has historically done just a remarkable job of this in a part of his life is the president, FDR. And I always think it's fun to do this because it's a bit of history that only takes 1 or 2 minutes, and it's really amazing. So this guy became the president in 1993, and the week after he became president, the banks in the United States of America crashed. All of them. People took their money out and they were beginning to crash. And so he decided that the only way for him to deal with this problem was to communicate with people directly, because there was no communication tool. Remember, there's no TV, there's no internet, obviously, there's only radios. So what he did is he created 30 presidential radio broadcasts over an 11-year period of time, and during that time, he calmed our country down, and he dealt with a bank failure, a massive recession, the public works program called the New Deal, and even World War II during this period of time. And what he was able to do was he stayed connected. He was stepped down extreme anxiety. He led with conviction. And really, he created a pathway to recovery. And so a way of thinking about our country is that when he started this, he was able to take the country over time and build its confidence up because of who he was and what he did. So it's, now he's the president of the United States, so he's, a little more qualified in about everything than many of us. But the fact of the matter is, it's a great example of how in a really, really difficult moment, if you're able to be a step-down transformer, if you're able to be a person who can share a way of working through a problem with calm, clarity, and conviction, and you can stay connected. A really important point of this little example is that he found a way to stay connected. And the interesting thing is that he's the first president of the United States that ever took this step of directly connecting to the public. It had never been done before. Before this time, the only way we would learn about what was going on in Washington would be to read newspapers. So it's an example of, historically, of how a guy could really, really improve the quality of his workmanship and getting things done out of being the right person and staying connected.